I was so surprised by some of the comments.
Welcome, councillors, staff and gallery to the September meeting of council. In formally opening the meeting, I acknowledge the traditional owners of country throughout the Barossa region and recognise the Kaurna, Ngadjuri and Paramount tribes and their continued connection to the land, waters and culture, and also pay respects to the sixth generation of European settlement within our Barossa region. Councillors, I have an apology from Councillor Schilling, so we'll note that Councillor Schilling's apology. We'll move to item 2.1.2, which is the council meeting minutes for confirmation held on Tuesday the 20th of August 2024 at 5:30. So, Councillor Hearn and seconded Councillor De Vries. All those in favour? Carried. No matters arising, petitions, deputations and notices, motions and questions on notice are all nil. So we'll move to the Mayor's report on page 5, 4.1. Any questions? Moved Councillor De Vries and seconded Councillor Priest. Either one wish to speak? All those in favour? Carried. 5.1 is Councillor report to Council. Councillor Don Barrett on page 10. Moved Councillor Evans and seconded Councillor Greatwich. All those in favour? Carried. Matters for information, items 6 as listed there, 6.1 to 6.8. Any questions? Thank you. We'll move on to the item 7, the debate reports. 7.1, first 7.1.1 on page 111. This is the election of the Local Government Association of South Australia President position and members of the GIROC and CIROC committees. And there's some information that's been circulated to members in respect to those people who are putting forward their nominations. And the first one we'll be looking at is for the President of the Local Government Association, with some names that have been listed there. Any questions? Councillor De Vries.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know. Does anybody know any of these people and have an opinion one way or the other? On either of them? Either of these?
I do, but anyway, can expand.
Please,
Okay. What I might do, because I've got my views, Councillor Priest, you had a question? Or?
No. I was just saying I was quite impressed with the lady from the Mayoress from Port Adelaide. The email she sent us, I was quite impressed with that lady, the Mayoress. So, but no, I don't know any of them apart from Mayor Lange, and I don't see his name down here at all.
And you won't.
But yep. I was quite impressed with the letter that the Mayor of Port Adelaide Enfield sent. Yeah, but the rest, I don't know. Well, any of them, I don't know any of them. Yeah.
Councillor Greatwich.
My question was just going to be procedurally. I wasn't sure. It seems clear. It seems
Yeah,
like I'm in the same boat as
look.
everyone
Yeah,
else, so,
if there's a question, yeah. Look, well, obviously I know them all because I've been going to very many and varied meetings associated with the Local Government Association. So look, they are all worthy candidates as far as I'm concerned. If I was to suggest the two that leap out at myself is the City of Port Adelaide Enfield, and also Michael, the City of West Torrens. They are the two that I would sort of recommend at this particular stage out of those.
Can I just ask a question?
Yep.
When was the last time we had a lady as a female as a president?
The previous metropolitan, because what they do is alternate it between rural and metropolitan. So yes, the previous time we had a metropolitan, which is a metropolitan, was. It's a city's turn to have someone in it, and the previous city's turn was a lady. Yes.
So how often do they have alternates? Every year they alternate,
Yeah, every 2 years.
every 2 years?
Yeah. Country. Yeah, we had a country candidate this last 2 years.
Yeah, well, out of all of them, as I said, I think Mayor Claire Bowen, Claire stood out for me. Yeah. I don't know any of them either, but the lady stood out for me. So myself, I'll be voting for her as the LGA president.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Through you, Mr Mayor. Just, the normal procedure obviously is, of course, if you want to have a conversation, you can suspend meetings, but normally, once you've asked your questions, obviously you've got the information that they've provided, is you'll test each one. So if somebody puts up a resolution, seconds it, if that one doesn't get up, then you test the next one, until you get a majority vote.
So I can move the motion?
Yes. Yep. Okay.
I'll second that, Mayor. I was going to say something about the Jane Lomax Smith, very controversial. I would think that you don't want the LGA to be too...
We won't. You've moved the other way,
Oh,
so
sorry.
we'll park that one.
So I'll move a motion that we the Mayor of Port Adelaide Enfield Council
And
be the LGA president.
do you want to speak any further on the matter?
No, I think her letter says it all, what she
Okay.
says, and I was quite impressed with her letter, and yeah.
Yep, okay. Any further comment? Put the motion. All those in favour? Carried.
Just as a matter of interest, as Mayor Angela Evans from City of
couldn't-
Charles Sturt.
I was trying to remember her name, and she was a lovely lady too, I might add,
Sure, they're all nice.
and still is. Yes.
Was that
No longer as the president, but still very active. Still very active.
So the immediate past president also remains on the panel.
That's right. Yep. We have the second recommendation there, and there is some candidates there for you to consider, and this will take in our regional local government. Yep.
I just need to declare a conflict of interest and abstain from voting in respect of this this motion. Mayor Talbot from Copper Coast Council is a direct funding stakeholder of my organisation, pays my wages in my day job. So I'm happy to stay in the room, or I'm happy to leave. I leave that over to the meeting, but yeah.
Shall I move the motion then? Can you go back to the names? I can't remember their names. Their names, please.
We'll just put the. If I get to that page, I can find it for you. So you've got Rodney Reid, Mayor of Wakefield, and Mayor Bill O'Brien, Light Regional Council, and Rosalind Talbot, Copper Coast.
Mayor Bill O'Brien is the representative on that Northern and North Queensland Council. Sorry.
And we need the second one also.
Rosalind Talbot.
So Mayor Bill O'Brien and Rosalind Talbot. This. Yep.
Same question as before. You've been on the panel or the board with these people. What's your opinion?
Yeah, they're fine. Yep. They want the gig, they're welcome to it.
So this goes, where does all this go to the LGA, does it? And they tell you all that?
Yeah, yep.
Correct.
Yep.
There's formal ballot sheets on my desk, and as
Yep.
soon as we pass this, at the end of the meetings, put X's on it, and we'll post them off.
Moved, have I got a seconder? No, I haven't yet. Is there a seconder? Seconder, councillor Thompson. Either one wish to speak? Yep. No, this is, well, it's Legatus is no longer, it's now York and Northern and York. They've gone back to, so this takes in all of the country zone areas, so it's all the other regions outside of Metro.
Legatus has been rebranded.
Yes, yeah, it's been rebranded again.
Pay for that rebrand.
I don't think there was a lot of thought when, I don't think there was a lot of, no, there wouldn't have been, oh, well, I don't know. Yeah. So is that recommendation still, is Legatus? Yeah, we need to change that to Northern and York, yep, then it's correct, yeah. Was it fair? I don't think it was, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, we have a mover and a seconder. All those in favour? Carried. Page 142, 7.1.2 is the Tanunda Football Club loan application, the big project funding support. Any questions? Loan of $300,000. Yeah, Councillor Priest.
I was just going to move the motion.
Okay, thank you. Seconded Councillor Priest and moved and seconded Councillor Barrett.
John
Either-
had a question.
I was just going to ask what was it for, because I couldn't find the link. What's the money being used for?
Through you, Mr.
So-
Mayor, that's their raw contribution to the construction works at the Tanunda upgrades.
So we're giving them to give back to us.
In essence, and then they pay it. Correct. It's no different to the arrangements that we've done through Mr. Sorry. So part of their contribution, as it was with Anguston, as it will be with a couple of the other clubs, and they're funding their contribution through a loan. Yep.
I guess technically it is there when it says the big project funding support is paying back the 300 that, yeah, as I understand, yeah. No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, mover and seconder wish to speak?
The only thing I'd like to say is all the finances look good, so happy to support it.
Yep. Councillor Barrett. Councillor Priest.
Beg your pardon?
All those in
Yeah.
favour? Carried.
Um,
7.1.3 is the election for the position of representative members on the Board of Trustees, Local Government Finance Authority, on page 148. And yeah, well, I'll pass to the CEO. Being a finance person, he might have more knowledge than I will. I'm sure he has.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I only know one person on that list.
Okay,
But all you can do is go by the submissions that have been made.
okay.
Mr. Michael Sedman.
Hang on.
Can I just ask a question on this?
Oh.
Because
I have a light on for a question, is it?
I was just going to make I was just going to move.
Okay, yep, fire you,
Go for
yep.
it.
okay, Michael Phillips Ryder's on the board with us, isn't he, GMA? Yeah, I said that I'll have to, do I have to declare him interested because he's on the board with us at GMA FMA?
I wouldn't have thought so.
No? Okay, all right.
Councillor Evans.
Thank you. I was just, through the chair, I was just going to move Mr Grant Piggott and Mr Michael Sedgman because I thought their submissions were pretty impressive. I don't know them, as we've all said, but just going off of what was provided, I thought they had a lot of experience and were great for the position, but thank you.
I don't want a second, I just had a question. Do we have to actually vote for anyone? Can we just not respond? Okay, cool.
Do we wish to speak to the motion?
No, thank you.
All those in favour? Aye. Those against? Carried.
What sort of a vote
It's a
was that,
neutral vote.
councillor?
You're turning right.
Item 7.1.4, this was an addendum that came out, which was the update on the long-term financial plan. Any questions?
I did have a question on that. I think page 9, loan and principal interest payments. Page 9.
Page 9.
I'll have what page is on? What 100?
That's in the addendum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just wanted a question about the page 9 of attachment 1, loan and principal and interest payments.
Is this the first dot point under loan principal interest payments, or? Yeah, it's page 9, yep. So there's 2 dot points that talk about over the long-term loan, over the long-term financial plan.
So, your question?
Yeah, hang on.
Under what heading are we? Local principal interest or financial sustainability?
No, local principal interest.
Okay.
Councils. Oh, yeah, I know what it was now, yeah. So it says council's loan debt is predicted to peak at 41.96, 25-26. Yet the loan balance outstanding as of the 30th of June 24 will be 38 point. So, and the projected balance of 6 million.
Mm-hmm.
So just, what does that mean? So,
So, sure. Through you, Mr Mayor. Thanks, Councillor Priest. So the peak is the maximum loan estimate in the long-term financial plan, which is a year away, of what is borrowed funds. The projection is for the end of this year, so that you've got a picture of what it is at the end of this year, what it's going to peak at, and then at the very end of the current plan that's the final balance. So over 10 years, it'll go from $42 million owed to 6, which is actually less than we currently owe. So.
The 51, it says, I don't know if it's this one, about the bridges and others, 51 of 900, page 900.
51.897 million.
Yeah, no, bridges and other. So who's the assets? It says bridges and other.
In which page?
It's page 51.
It's only 17.
Oh, okay, must be another 51. About bridges and others.
On page 15.
I just wanted to question, when it says bridges and other, what does that mean?
There is no.
Bridges, I mean,
There is no bridges. As in 2 different groups.
yeah.
Well, bridges is for the estimated repairs and or capital upgrades and or replacement of bridges.
Not specifically saying one bridge, it doesn't mean, say, Eden Valley Bridge or Research Road Bridge or...
The asset management plans will give you an idea of when those bridges need to be replaced. What this does is just total all that up and says the asset management plan needs this amount of money in it. Other assets are normally a provision just for growth. So you'll see in the other assets it starts growing because we've got capacity to spend more and more. That's one, and the other provision normally would be what in there is our IT assets. They're the main two asset classes. So the asset management plan has all that level of data that we draw the budgets out each year for you, and it says we need to spend $300,000 on bridges this year, and these are the two bridges we've got to do some work on. That's in the asset planning work.
Any other questions? Oh,
Move the recommendation, Mayor.
yep, move councillor Angus, seconded councillor De Vries. Either one wish to speak? All those in favour? Carried. 7.2.1 on page 158 is the 2023-2024 draft annual financial statements for council certificate 158. Councillor De Vries? Moved. And seconded councillor Troop. Either one wish to speak to it? Any further comments? All those in favour? Carried. Page 160, 7.2.2 is the monthly financial report as of the 31st of August 2024. Any questions? Councillor Breeze moved. And seconded, councillor Angus. Either one wish to speak? Any further comments? All those in favour? Carried. Page 163, 7.3.1 is a request to install a memorial on council land, Parrot Hill Creek Tranquility Trail, Macolta.
Happy to move it.
Already done.
Oh, you've already done it, sorry.
But I was going to move it, but I also had a question, and I couldn't really see it unless I haven't read it properly. The lady's name is
Veronica Thompson.
Veronica Thompson. Now, is she saying that they're going to pay for a new chair, and plus they put the plaque on there? Is that correct? Because the old one's buggered. Okay, yeah. So I'm happy with that, and I see we've done that a lot throughout the parks, throughout the Barossa Council area, and I'm very happy and supportive of this sort of thing, in memory of their family who seem to have done a lot for the community. So I'll move that motion happily.
Move councillor Priest, seconded councillor Evans. Either one wish to speak? No. Yep, okay. All those in favour? Carried. (7.3.2) on page 171 is the Infrastructure Asset Management Plan for community consultation. Endorse this document to go out for community consultation. Councillor Priest? Oh, hang on, I've got a light on, sorry. Councillor Greatwich.
I had a question, if that's okay.
Question, yep.
Yeah, so it's extraordinarily comprehensive. What a huge piece of work. I really note that. But I do also note the question, I think that I raised when it was brought to council for consideration was around that unilateral decision-making capacity for council delegates, and I note the correspondence that was received this afternoon from the Tanunda Show raising that as a concern as well. And I suppose that concern echoed what I raised as well initially, and so I just wondered whether that had been anticipated in this final copy and how that question would be responded to if it's raised again from other community groups. Sorry, I'm assuming that you've seen the correspondence from the show. You haven't? No.
Yeah, my take, that's a different policy. Yep. Yeah, no. I think that'll come up. That was more to do with the events, I think.
Yeah, I think they
CEO.
Through you, Mr Mayor, the very short answer to that is, I'm not sure what you mean by unilateral. At the end of the day, any decisions made by delegates are done in accordance with the strategies and the policies that a council approves. So answer what you're after.
I think it was a particular phrase that they had highlighted, but if you haven't seen the correspondence, I won't go into it. I'll
Are you moving it?
revoke my,
Are you moving it, Jess?
no.
I have seen it, I just haven't read it yet.
Great, and maybe I'm now panicking that I've read it and attributed it to the wrong policy, so.
Correct me, where I'm coming from is, I'm seeing this as our asset management plan that we sort of talked about at a workshop. We did have workshopped at the last workshop, we talked about the use on, yeah, I think they're two separate items in my thought, okay? Yeah, okay, yep. Councillor Priest.
I'll move the motion.
Okay, move councillor Priest. Other one will speak to it? All those in favour?
Thank you.
Carried.
In my defence,
7.3.3 is the Barossa Park Lindot Recreational Redevelopment on page 241.
Yeah, move the recommendation, Your Worship.
Moved by councillor De Vries and seconded by councillor Hearn. We speak, there's no questions, is there? No, councillor De Vries.
Just that it's been done for safety reasons, so I think it makes a lot of sense to do it.
Thank you.
I think I know the trees in question, so probably won't hurt the view either.
Councillor Hearn, you would speak any further?
Concur
All
with
those-
Councillor De Vries.
All those in favour? Carried.
Attached to all that bloody stuff.
That'll be the end of any votes I get from.
7.3.4 is a road naming of off of Russell Road, Lindop. It's a private access road on 393. Councillor Priest.
I'll just move that.
Move councillor Priest and seconded councillor Evans. Either one wish to speak to it?
No, letter explains it.
I was just hoping they'd go with elected members with a terms service greater than 10 years.
All those in favour? Carried. Is the report with regard to energy efficiency proposal for the Tanunda Recreational Park. Councillor Priest, you've got your mic on. Councillor Barrett.
I was just going to move it or second it.
I think Jade was up. Move councillor Barrett, seconded councillor Evans. Either one wish to speak to it? It seems pretty straightforward, doesn't it? All those in favour? Carried. (7.3.6) is the Mount Pleasant kitchen renewal at Mount Pleasant, of course.
I'll move
Page
this one,
4.
Your Worship.
Moved councillor De Vries and seconded councillor Hearn. Either one wish to speak?
I just thought we'd share the love.
Yeah. Any further comment?
I was just going to try and extract a bit more out on the health and hygiene and see if we get a slight amendment. In as much as I'll just, if I can raise 2 points. The 2 points I'd like to raise. I've spoken to staff member Zana. No, definitely not speaking against the motion.
Well, we just had this out about speaking against, speaking for.
I've got to let the mover and seconder speak first.
I don't think I need to add anything. I'll just wait and see what Councillor Barrett has to say.
Councillor Hearn, you?
No, I agree with Councillor De Vries.
Councillor Barrett?
I can answer what.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. There were two little items when I went through this particular agenda item, and I appreciate this is all about hygiene and health. And there were two items that sort of struck me, and what is being withdrawn and what we're going to fund with the additional money out of Newry. And one of them was we're taking away one of the hand basins within the kitchen area, and on the advice I've received, that's about $500. I would very much like a second hand basin in that kitchen, and that to me is a small addition to it. And the other one I haven't got costed, it is right next door to the Show Society Pavilion where all the toilets are located. It'd be excellent if we could have a path from the brand new kitchen across to the Show Society Hall. Whilst we've got people laying concrete down there, it'd be a very small impost to put a small path across to that particular building. So that's, as I said, I haven't done any costing. Maybe Mr Clark might be able to give us some indication.
We rule on the basis that we'll stay with the recommendation, and that's some stuff that can get worked out.
So can you move in
Yeah. I think I think you've got enough there to work forward, to push forward with. Yep.
We can certainly do the basic.
Yeah, I think we can cover those things okay. Yeah. We'll stay with the motion, and that's what's before you.
Basic's easy.
Yep.
Can do that.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr Mayor.
Yep.
Just to, because I was going to try and get in before Councillor Barrett, and he spoke to me today about it. Basin, not a problem. We'll come back to you with a quote on the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep everyone just talking to the motions there. All those in favour? Carried. Page 421, 7.4.1, which is the early child strategy. Any questions? We touched on this at a recent workshop. Councillor Troop.
I'd move the recommendation.
Move Councillor Troop.
Yep.
Councillor De Vries.
Second.
Second. Either one wish to speak to it?
Only that this is a great advocacy role and I think that we need to be on top of it, so I think this is excellent.
I've got a new granddaughter.
Any further comments? All those in favour? Carried. Councillors, we now move into our confidential reports, and we will be discussing the Concordia quarterly update, the Barossa Creative Industry Centre, the managing contractor and tender, Barossa Assessment Panel, correspondence from the State Planning Commission, and the Barossa Caravan Park Lindot. So would someone move we go into those confidential items? Councillor Priest, you've moved with your light on. And Councillor and we can only do one at a time, yes. Councillor Troop. All those in favour? I just like
Oh, I apologise.
Sorry, Dave. Yes, so done.
And seconded,
Councillor.
councillor De Vries. All those in favour? Carried.
Through you, Mr Mayor, can I just delete
Okay, the next item is 8.3, which is the Barossa Assessment Panel correspondence from the State Planning Commission. Someone move that we go into confidence. Councillor Barrett, and seconded Councillor Lane. All those in favour? Carried. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no. Yes, he did. Yeah, yes, he did. We're going to go straight back into confidence again, I'm sorry, sir. So our next item is the Barossa Caravan Park, Linda. Moved by Councillor Priest, second by Councillor Greatwich. All those in favour, we go into confidence. Thank you. Once again, I suppose a very Councillors, that's the conclusion of our agenda for the September meeting. Our next scheduled meeting is on the 15th of October at 5:30. So with that, I formally close the September meeting of council. Thank you for your attendance.